No Man's Land will remain a public site. Job creation among THA's priorities for the next financial year. And students visit Office of the Chief Secretary to learn more about the THA.
Info
Update.
bringing you the latest news, views, and reviews,
along with responses,
comments, and events
affecting you.
brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Tobagonians are being given the assurance that No Man's Land will remain a protected site. Omadara Mills has the details.
No Man's Land is a protected Ramsar site and will continue to be a public site. The Chief Secretary Orville London is giving that assurance after concerns were raised publicly about plans for a Sandals resort on the island. Mr. London says the issue of preserving Tobago's natural environment was dealt with previously when Angostura Holdings showed interest in the areas in the early 2000s.
There is nothing that is creating concern among Tobagonians that we should be concerned about because these issues have been dealt with. And it has been very clear, it was clear at that point in time, and it is clear at this point in time that No Man's Land will always be a public space.
Mr. London says Sandals has proposed 3 areas for a resort, including Golden Grove Estate and Buku Estate. The Chief Secretary says talks are still in the early stages and no decisions have been taken so as to what a possible resort will look like. Mr. London adds that no matter what is decided, the area will remain protected.
I want you to bear in mind that most of that area is what is called a Ramsar site. And a Ramsar site is not just national, there are international regulations as to how you treat with a Ramsar site.
Mr. London is also calling for balance as he says such a resort in Tobago will have a positive impact on Tobago's tourism sector. I'm Omadara Mills for Info Update.
Economic expansion and job creation are among the major priorities in the THA budget for fiscal 2017. Kern de Freitas has this report.
The latest data from the Central Statistical Office for the fourth quarter of 2015 indicates that the Tobago House of Assembly employs 55% of the island's labor force. Finance Secretary Joel Jack says in fiscal 2017, the Assembly will focus more on job creation in the private sector.
It is only through further economic expansion and growth that we can create the wealth to generate quality private sector jobs that will guarantee sustainable improvements in the living standards of our people.
Mr. Jack says entities such as the Business Development Unit, Tobago Information Technology Limited, and the Tobago Venture Capital Company are critical to private sector economic expansion and job creation strategies.
We will continue to make funding available to Tobagonians to establish and expand their businesses through the Enterprise Assistance Loan and the Enterprise Assistance Grant programs. In addition, through the Business Development Unit, we propose to establish a revolving loan fund of up to $500,000 for agro-processors.
The Finance Secretary says support for product testing will boost expansion efforts and exports of the island's businesses. I'm Kern de Freitas for Info Update.
Students got a better understanding of the operations of the THA on yesterday's visit to the Office of the Chief Secretary. Here's more from Crystal George.
The best way to learn about any organization is straight from the source. That's why students from Arima North Secondary School visited the Office of the Chief Secretary yesterday at the Administrative Complex in Calder Hall. Charlene Joseph, who teaches English at the school, says it was a great opportunity for students to get their information about the Tobago House of Assembly firsthand.
We decided that we want to expose our children to different learning environment outside of the classroom. So we decided to arrange a field trip to the island of Tobago, and one of the desires of our hearts were to expose them to the Chief Sec.
Ms. Joseph says the trip, the school's second such visit to the island, was about helping students to learn more about Tobago. Ms. Joseph believes this one-on-one exposure will be a great initiative for students to learn more. She also thanked Chief Secretary Orville London for taking the time to meet with the visiting school. I'm Crystal George for Info Update.
That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Josanne Brassi, and you've been listening to Info Update.